It's the largest political gathering of youth at an international level and the biggest platform against imperialism. It's perhaps the only place where people from the other world find a voice. The World Festival of Youth and Students is now 17 editions old. And as they say, this time for Africa. Over 15,000 delegates from more than 130 nations, the Rainbow Nation has become a melting pot of sorts. And of course, they're discussing their stories and ideas on how to tackle their struggles. In the beginning though, there were barriers, cultural, linguistic. The only common thread binding all was the festival's motto: let's defeat imperialism for a world of peace, solidarity and social transformation. President of South Africa Jacob Zuma kicking off the 9-day festival and the delegates from the host country setting the tone. The Solomon song, in memory of a revolutionary who fought against the apartheid regime, unofficially became the anthem of the festival. While the Rainbow Nation kept up the carnival spirit of the festival, the presence of activists from a galaxy of nations kept the adrenaline pumping. The Cubans were perhaps the most popular delegation at the festival. From the other side of the globe, all right, the Vietnamese delegation spoke the same language as Cubans that have struggled against the US. Even the otherwise isolated North Koreans are out parading, and their demand for a unified Korea has found legitimacy here. Unheard voices from nations oppressed kept pouring in. This forum gave breathing space for nations to look into not only the issues that concern them at a global level, but also to glance inwards towards domestic policies that stifle inclusive growth. And under the watchful eyes of these men, there is never any dearth of inspiration. Nelson Mandela, Fidel Castro, Ho Chi Minh, Aung San Suu Kyi, Malcolm X, Mahatma Gandhi, and well, for some, even Rahul Gandhi. But the mascot, the revolutionary Che Guevara. Unlike the fans at rock concerts, most of these delegates at the festival were hoping their experiences here and in lives could culminate into their own motorcycle diaries. And almost immediately, the delegates were down to business. With over 70 seminars in 7 days, an opportunity to get a glimpse of social, political and economic challenges across the globe. The discourse revolved around capitalism, raising questions on development for whom.
And this happened to any Indian in the United States. I am sure in 24 hours, United States would have made sure that India has been extradited from India.
In this space, the idea was to get the youth involved with the changes, to dig deeper into conflict between nations over natural resources, to synergize voices that will engage for the rights of the oppressed and marginalized communities. And a platform to once again get the international community's focus on regional disturbances, like Israeli oppression in Palestine. The Palestinian delegation using the seminars to argue their position in the conflict, and outside the seminar rooms, using innovative methods of getting their protests registered. While the Palestinian cause became the toast of the festival, close on the heels were the activists from Western Sahara. Demanding nationhood and freedom from an alleged oppressive Morocco, the Sahrawians' cause found support from all quarters. The elaborate exhibition of Moroccan brutality through photographs and work of art and a perennial display of their cultural identity gave their cause legitimacy, perhaps for the first time at this scale. The Cubans continue to demand the release of the Cuban Five, while delegates would spend the days exchanging ideas. Evenings meant a return to the carnival mode, from local musicians creating the African beat set against the picturesque and majestic South Africa. This is one of the biggest youth festivals in the world. The festival culminated with a pledge to struggle against imperialism, to struggle against the elimination of the majority of labor rights and unemployment. Struggle to end all abuses and discriminations on the basis of gender, race or caste. Struggle against unequal development and the division of work in the capitalist system. Struggle against the unbridled exploitation of the planet's natural resources and destruction of environment. To condemn the imperialist economic policies, interventions and occupations that have produced millions of immigrants. To struggle in the defense of the rights of the immigrants in work, education, social services. No human being can be illegal. Struggle for education as a universal human right. Struggle against privatization of education. Struggle against children being abused and forced into military operations, prostitution and drug trafficking, the increasing number of street children. To struggle against the exploitation of man by man.